So as we know, Darvish was traded yesterday from the Chicago Cubs to the San Diego Padres, and that indicated one thing to baseball fans, that the Cubs are looking to rebuild. And since the Cubs are looking to rebuild, in today's video, we're going to go ahead and look at some Kris Bryant potential trade scenarios, because I do think a Kris Bryant trade scenario is coming very, very soon. And the Cubs are trying to rebuild. They got a bunch of 17 and 18-year-olds for Darvish, and that's not good. This team is definitely not in the right direction. Jed Hoyer is not doing a very good job as the GM right now, and they need help. Now, I've mentioned multiple times on this channel how I do not necessarily think that the Cubs should move on from Kris Bryant this offseason, just because I think he has a lot more value at the trade deadline if he does start off the season well. If he doesn't, his trade value is still low. But this guy still has a bit of trade value right now, considering he is a former MVP and former Rookie of the Year. And this might be the blockbuster trade of the offseason. A potential Kris Bryant trade will be probably the talk of the offseason right now, even though Trevor Bauer and JT Realmuto, DJ LeMahieu, players like that signing is also going to be a big, big deal. George Springer as well. Players like that signing is going to be a big deal. So far, this offseason is starting to heat up right now. That's really besides the point, that the Cubs are not going in the right direction. The Cubs have a ton of players that are really valuable to a lot of teams, with Javier Baez, Anthony Rizzo, Kris Bryant, Wilson Contreras, Kyle Hendricks, just to name a few. And they non-tendered Kyle Schwarber as well, who could have been a valuable asset, possibly. And they don't really need Wilson Contreras. He's another player on this team that could be traded, because they've got Miguel Amaya coming up, who was in Double-A Tennessee last year for the Cubs. They've got a lot of players that are in that Double-A range. That's kind of where their top prospects are right now. So they're close to ready. So we're going to look at some of these 7 trades on MLB.com. That's what we're going to look at in today's video. And I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. Now, this article was published on December 5th, 2020. And it is currently December 29th, 2020 at the time of filming this video. I think you guys will see this probably today. And yeah, before we get into this video, though, 68% of you who watch these videos do not subscribe. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a like on this video. Subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a like. And let's go ahead and get into this video. So we're going to look at these 7 trades, give my thoughts and opinions. Who would say no, and maybe if both teams would say yes, in which that would be a win-win for both sides, in my opinion. First trade has to do with Toronto Blue Jays. If you didn't know, Kris Bryant was actually drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays in the 2010 MLB draft out of high school. Now, you're probably like, why does this work? Because Vladimir Guerrero has been moved from third base to first base, because he really is not a great defender at all at first base. So, yeah, that's why he was moved from third base to first base. And Vlad Guerrero, obviously, he moves to first base, and that's a spot open at third base, because Travis Shaw is a free agent. And I think Kris Bryant would be the perfect fit for this team, especially the package that they're going to be giving up is near nothing. Derek Fisher, Reese McGuire, a shortstop / third baseman, Kevin Smith, the Blue Jays number 19 prospect, and Josh Winnickowski, the right-handed pitcher, the Blue Jays number 26 prospect. So you don't really get anything very good in this trade. I'm just going to be honest. You don't get anything good in this trade. You get very, very little in this trade, in my opinion. Number 19, number 26, you can get a lot more value. I don't like this trade a bit. I think this is one of the worst trades this has to be one of the worst trades of these 7 trades. You can get a top 15, top 10, maybe even top 5 prospect for Kris Bryant. He's a very good player. His 2020 season did not show that he is a very good player, but he is a really good player. Do not get it screwed. He's a very good player. And a former MVP, former Rookie of the Year, a player that played well in 2019, but in 2020 did not play well. 2020 was a fluke of a year, honestly, because obviously COVID and 60 games, and it was just really a fluke of a season. And I wouldn't take much into account of his 2020 season, but GMs take a lot into account, and they think that they can get a real steal for Kris Bryant because he did not have a good 2020 season. If you're the Blue Jays, obviously you're going to do this. You're not giving up very much at all. The number 19, number 26 prospect, you have to give up more prospects than this to get Kris Bryant, in my opinion. Kris Bryant's value is going to be a lot higher than this, and other teams are going to be offering a lot to get this guy. On MLB.com, that's very interesting. It says the Blue Jays would say no. I don't think the Blue Jays would say no. I would do this in a second. I don't think this number 19 and 26 prospect is going to live up to be an all-star type player. Next is Kris Bryant going to the Braves. And we know about the Braves 2020 third base struggles. They really had some third base struggles because Austin Riley did not play that well. And Austin Riley will be going back to the Cubs in this trade. They will be giving back Austin Riley, Sean Newcomb, and their number 6 prospect, Kyle Muller, a left-handed pitcher. Now, this trade I really like for the Cubs, and here's why I do. Austin Riley has a lot of potential, a power bat, which they could use, and he's still on a rookie deal, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a player that doesn't play a terrible third base at all, and is a power bat and has that potential to be a top 10 third baseman, maybe if you're looking in a few years, or maybe in 2025. You never know. But he's still a very, very good player, and I would say he's going to be very, very good for this Cubs team. I think he fits very well. And all the good thing about the trade for the Cubs is all 3 players are ready now and ready to win now. And Sean Newcomb is a player that really has not shown his potential, even though he did have a very good 2019, 2018. I can't remember which one season, and he had a really good season that season, but did not have great seasons beside that. And he would have a lot more value if he pitched like he did in that one season. So, yeah, Sean Newcomb has a lot of potential. I think he's best out of bullpen, which we all know the Cubs could use some bullpen help considering Craig Kimbrell was terrible. Ryan Tepper was great. He got MVP. He got an MVP, though. But Kyle Muller, he's going to be a very good starting pitcher who is ready now. All 3 of these players are ready to win now, and that would be really good for this trade. And I think I would definitely ponder this trade if I was the Chicago Cubs. Now, this Dodgers trade. I absolutely hate this Dodgers trade. It says DJ Peters and Chris Taylor for Kris Bryant. No. This won't happen. It's just simple. This will not happen because Kris Bryant is not DJ Peters, really, the Dodgers' number 11 prospect. Yes, he's an outfielder who maybe could be great one day. But he's not worth Kris Bryant. Chris Taylor, he's not worth Kris Bryant. No way I see the Cubs doing this trade. But with the terrible move that Jed Hoyer's already done, it could be possible. Jed Hoyer really is not doing very well as a GM. I've already said that I'm not too big on his first big move. And his second big move, if this was the second big move, I would be pretty fired up mad if I was a Cubs fan. The Dodgers, if you're looking at one hole in their offense, third base is probably their biggest hole in their offense, honestly, because Max Muncy plays first base, Gavin Lux at second base, and shortstop's Corey Seager. Now, there have been rumors about Francisco Lindor. That doesn't look like it's happening. But Kris Bryant on a one-year deal, take a risk on him. Maybe, I don't think you're re-signing him after that season, but it's kind of like that Manny Machado deal where you're just kind of getting in for one season, really trying to push to the World Series. We saw them win the World Series in 2020. But they need to make a move like this to compete with a team like the Padres, which have already made a ton of moves this offseason, getting Blake Snell and Yu Darvish. And Ha-Seong Kim, they signed him as well. There's videos about all 3 of those on my channel. Check those out in the description. Next, in the next trade, I think this is trade number 4. The Mets would get Kris Bryant for J.D. Davis, Matthew Allen, the Mets number 4 prospect, and Robert Dominguez, the Mets number 13 prospect. Very interesting trade here. Obviously, you get probably the highest rated prospect yet from an organization in Matthew Allen, a right-handed pitcher. A lot of the Mets prospects are young. I really don't know who Matthew Allen is. Robert Dominguez, okay. J.D. Davis is a player that can be kind of a power bat, doesn't play great defense, though. So that's a problem. He doesn't play great defense, but I would consider this trade if I'm the Chicago Cubs. Next, let's go. It says the Mets would say no. This definitely boosts their chances in 2021, but I just would do this trade. I think I would. Next trade, the Nationals would get Kris Bryant. Cubs get Starlin Castro, a reunion there. Carter Kieboom, Seth Romero. The Nationals' number 9 prospect is Sterling Sharp. I think I would at least consider this trade if I'm the Cubs. Now, I've mentioned multiple times on this channel, I do not see the hype around Carter Kieboom, but you still get Sterling Sharp, a number 24 prospect, and young left-handed pitcher Seth Romero, the Nationals' number 9 prospect. And you get Starlin Castro, who can hit you a lot of home runs in one season. and is a win now player. Next is the Rangers trade, and the Rangers trade is maybe the most underrated on this list. The Rangers would get Kris Bryant. The Cubs would get Joe Palmo, the Rangers' number 9 prospect, Davis Winsdale, the Rangers' number 11 prospect, and DeMarcus Evans, the Rangers' number 22 prospect. Now, I'm a big fan of DeMarcus Evans. I think he really has that closer stuff and could be really, really good. I've mentioned this multiple times on the channel that I think he's really, really good and super underrated, and he has closer stuff. Davis Winsdale is a player that they don't really need because they already have Josh Jung, and they're going to be coming up around the same timeline. And you also have Joe Palmo in this trade. Joe Palmo here could be a good left-handed pitcher who has ace-type stuff, but really has just not shown that potential just yet. Davis Winsdale's not going to be up for a while. He played at low A, Spokane, and DeMarcus Evans and Joe Palmo are ready now. So besides Davis Winsdale, everybody in this trade is ready now. Now we move on to number 7, which is by far the best trade for the Cubs here. They would get Bobby Dahlbeck, the Red Sox number 3 prospect, for Kris Bryant and Burl Caraway, the Cubs number 10 prospect. Now, I'm not a big fan of this trade from the Red Sox. I think that Bobby Dahlbeck, after what he showed in the 2020 season, should be near untouchable for this team, I think. And Kris Bryant, obviously the Red Sox are getting back Kris Bryant. But I think if you are potentially just kind of going for a weird fit here in Kris Bryant, I think what you should do is you should try to make Andrew Benintendi, because you don't really have a spot for Kris Bryant. Maybe he's in left field. I don't think he's going to want to play left field, though. I really don't. But I could be wrong. So, yeah, those are the 7 trades. 7 trades that are the trade proposals. Tell me what you thought. What did you guys think of this video? Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah. Yeah. These are the 7 trade proposals. Let me go ahead and go through which one I would do. If I'm the Cubs, I'm obviously doing the Red Sox deal. But I don't think that Red Sox deal is available. So I think I'm doing this Braves trade or Mets trade or Nationals trade. I think I'm doing those 3. One of those 3 I'm doing, I think. Because, yeah, I think those are the best 3. That's just my opinion. So, yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. 68% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a like on this video. Thank you for watching, and peace.